Okay, Michael Spaeth, former Anderson partner, colleague. Now you're not only an investor, you turn around companies, and you're just finishing a deal. Congratulations. How do you, or should I say, what are your impressions now as your next chapter, but you're here in Ohio?
This was a great experience to see all of these young entrepreneurs getting access to the Ohio stuff and all of the people here, which gave me the impression that here's a huge community where you can develop business, not from the scratch, but also from the scratch, and also there are opportunities where I believe also European investors can be interested in to spend money and bring this to a different stage.
But we're also coming to Europe too. There's a similar dynamic.
Definitely,
we want to discover in your backyard.
Definitely. As you know, the most successful lease I've ever done has been every time a combination between German and US companies. And we can also do this, combine the different cost ranges of both nations and of the culture of the people, and bring that to a stage that we can success much more faster than we can they can do when they do it for themselves.
But at the same time, today's climate is volatile, right? This is interesting. We always say uncharted waters.
Yeah.
How do you look at today's economy, the
landscape?
Yeah,
you know, Mark. If you look on short-term view, yes, we have high volatilities. But on long-term view, you will see that it will equalize step by step. Yeah, so we will see on a monthly base, on a daily base, fluctuations. Yeah, but in general, the trend will be sustainable. Yeah, I will not see that there is this huge development that either Germany or US or Europe will go down against the other one. Yeah, so in general, both economies will perform quite well, also in the future time. So NATO and what happened in the Ukraine give us a certain aspect on that, because this combined a different strength against others. Mm-hmm. So China will be definitely losing more out of that game than others.
So not just geopolitically, but what about which either industries or trends or themes that excite you that you think we should be focusing on?
I would say there is not a real specific industry, but the food sector will become important for the US and for Europe to develop something which help a little bit more to get everything settled in the world. But the technical sector, tech space, is definitely one which is the most performing one. Fintech and the financial services sector will perform in each region for itself, not as a combined sector. But there's also some prospects in both in all of these areas, also for financial services.
Anything specific there?
Yeah, in Europe we have a huge gap in private debt and asset finance, asset-based lendings, and there are coming up a lot of competitors which are doing quite well, and which are starting to raise money, and we can do definitely good deals on that. But the expectation for getting money off that is not that high as we have in the US. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's sustainable, but not that high.
So you hit on the word sustainable. Let's talk about that. So ESG, sustainability, Europe has been a leader over the US on that front. But energy is complicated, right? There's like an energy transition that is happening. So maybe you could talk about how you see that playing out.
You're completely right. Yeah. So when you see what happened in the last 10 years in Europe, from a complete dependency from oil and gas, now in Germany to 50% only dependency on that one, and 50% on renewable energies. This was huge, and also the trend we have, to drive electric cars. This is tremendous. Yeah. So the goal for most of the car manufacturers is to be in 2025 at least 80% independent from fuel. Yeah, and they're working on that, and this will give us a different view on that, and the complementary industries like electric stations where you can charge your cars, everything which is going to that one. This is a challenge, and this can also bring back some ideas to the US, where as the US is really underdeveloped in that space.
Okay. So what are your favorite 1, 2, 3 things that you've had in your Ohio tour so far?
Oh, people. Meeting the right people and seeing the people which are doing great businesses. And it's also that the entrepreneurial spirit we have here. This is great, yeah, because this will bring us to a different stage. These are not really those investors and those people who are like to still invest money, but they are doing this by their heart, as they have done this as entrepreneurs in the past.
Great. Well, thank you for coming. We'll see you next year.
Yep.
Come join our 361 firm community of investors and thought leaders. We have a lot of events created by the community as we collaborate on investments and philanthropic interests. Join us.